What's going on, man? It seemed like I have lost my Twitch account, which is okay. I just need to reconnect to it, but we're not going to worry about Twitch right now. We're on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and those are pretty cool with me. So, okay. But hey, what's going on, everybody?
Not much.
Hey.
Hi,
Hey.
Facebook.
All right.
Hey, YouTube.
Hey, welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. As you guys know, my name is Terry. I am the founder and owner of NSPS TV Paranormal and Podcast. Let's see here. I am located in Cedar Park, Texas. And let's introduce you guys, starting with Paranormal Alliance and so on. And we're going to move ourselves right.
So do you want us to tell you who we are exactly and what? Because we're actually three different teams.
That's okay.
Three and a half.
Each team.
Well, and Kat makes a fourth. So first off, we are all, although we all have our own teams, we are also on each other's teams. So in Central Texas, usually when you get one team, you're getting all of us. Mm-hmm. We help each other out. Whoever gets the call, they take the lead on the investigation. So we have Kim has Bark at the Moon. I have Blue Bonnet, and Andy has Light Paranormal. And Kat there has
Cleburne Paranormal.
Yeah.
And you know what, guys? It's I've never done anything like this before. I think you guys are the first to do an actual alliance in the Central Texas area. The first question that I have for you guys is, how do you do it? How do you maintain?
We enjoy it. Because we're friends first. We're friends first, and then investigators
family.
Second. Yeah.
We like helping people.
Yeah.
We don't never for greed. We do it. Mm-hmm. I drive 3.5 hours down to them. We ask for nothing. All we want is for the homeowner to be safe. And what, as mediums, it's our responsibility as well to ensure that the dead are at peace as well, So we work as one cohesive unit, pretty much. We've all worked together for 6-7 years.
Yeah,
I mean, so we're pretty much parafam, no drama.
Mary and I have worked together for almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
We're approaching the 10-year milestone.
Yeah. So. The same guy trained Andy and I both, and that's Will Light. So
Will was the founder and former team lead of Light Paranormal up until his passing in, 2018? It's been about, I think, 2018. And then
it's been a while.
And then, we took over and just to continue out his legacy and what he started.
Wow.
Now we're here.
The first question I have is, how do you keep your sanity?
Who said we did?
You don't know what you got yourself into.
Because you're dealing with that many people, and and with different personalities, and different problems comes up with different teams that you run and everything. I don't know if I would be able to do it, man. I probably have the largest team, and what I do is I review the case and I just pick which members I think would best suit the case. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, for instance, we need a demonologist, but I make sure we definitely need one before I ask her to drive, 3 hours down here. Mm-hmm. And sometimes she will help us over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Cool. So, Okay. Now, how busy are you guys? Are you guys just busy?
Extremely.
Especially lately.
Blue Bonnet has been helping Fort Hood. So we've been doing a lot of Fort Hood cases. And again, we don't ask for anything in return because I said this is a way to pay them back, for what they do. And Fort Hood is very haunted.
Yeah, very.
I will swear because every time I live in Johnson County, so it's a good drive for me. Now with the gas prices, I drive a 4-wheel drive Jeep Wrangler. I got to take a loan out for gas, but I get there. Eventually I get there. But there's something in that land that continuously opens the portals. It continuously, and it's a never. I mean, you think of it as the ocean, as the tide comes and goes. It's literally that prominent down there.
Right. Well,
Oh, it's time to race.
We mentioned Fort Hood now.
this is one of my motion balls I use on investigation. I was showing somebody in my previous podcast on just how big this thing is.
Yeah.
And how those little cat balls, I seem to lose those all the time.
We use those too.
Especially when I'm in the grave. Go away.
You need to come up to Cleburne with that. We're an old Civil War town.
Hey, that would be nice, especially when I'm in, messing around in the graveyard or an urban area where, I just happen to throw things out.
Can I invite you somewhere?
Yeah.
I work at a ghost town. I'm their IT person, the assistant director, and I'll be starting paranormal tours with these guys up here. Wow. The town is a town that was established in 1854, and it's an outdoor museum now. We're closed this weekend because it's way too hot to be outside. But
wait a minute.
But when we were moving the brush and whatnot, we found all these graves of residents. It was 29 families on 80 acres, and it was a pit stop for the cattle drivers, because post-Civil War, I mean, I'll shorten this history lesson, but post-Civil War here in Texas, cattle beef was aplenty. It was $2 per head. Well, up north in Kansas and up, it was $13 a head. So the Chisholm Trail initially was a fur trading trail, and then it got well known for cattle. So it was a main stomping ground for the caballeros, the Mexican cowboys back then, and for the cowboys. This is when Texas was part of Mexico, and the town withstood both wars for Texas independence, the Civil War, and World War I, and then the railroad came through and Cleburne was built. So you come on, I will give you a free tour.
She'll probably put you to work.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
She'll probably put me to work or something.
We'll put you as the sheriff. We had the original jail bars there, and the oldest log cabin courthouse in the state of Texas. It still stands. It's still a certified courthouse. If you get married up there, you'll get a marriage certificate that says married in Wardville, Texas, which was gone in 1898, I believe.
That's some good history. Hey, it's kind of amazing that I haven't ran across you guys until now, because I've been reaching out to a lot of paranormal investigators.
I think you and I actually talked one time about Babyhead Cemetery or something. You just
Babyhead Cemetery.
Yeah.
And I've been reaching out to just people in Killeen. That are paranormal investigators up there, but I have not had any luck besides you guys, and I know there's paranormal investigators up there,
right?
And it just, do they not want to get out? Do they not? I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out. What exactly is going on up there?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, for one thing, I know that we're about the only ones that actually take a case, and if it has demons or it has something else hard, we're the only ones really around that I know of that actually take those cases. A lot of people will investigate, but if they don't solve it, we solve it. Okay. We solve it. If it's got something bad, we get rid of it.
Okay.
Even if
from beginning to end.
Yeah, if we have to go back 2 or 3 times, that's what we'll do.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
we help them.
Because I'm sometimes a lot of people, sometimes people reach out to me and they want my help on cases like that.
Yeah.
And knowing that you guys are within an hour and a half away from me, now I'm able to refer all those guys to you. So,
Well, that's appreciated.
I
Yeah.
really don't want, when people reach out and you want to be able to help them.
We're actually we consider ourselves a traveling team. We've gone as far as Abilene to help people.
Idaho.
Matter of fact, we did a
Idaho.
case in Idaho.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Kim.
Oklahoma.
No. Thank God it's there to keep it sucks. It keeps Texas. Okay, I blew that joke.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Just having you guys, now I'm aware of you guys, and every case, anytime I get a case, I would gladly refer them to you because I just got one. Actually, I just got one from a case that came out of. Actually, it was in Austin, but they contacted somebody out of San Antonio, and they referred them to me. And now I am going to, when I get off the podcast, I'm going to send you their number so you can get in contact with them because you're a little bit more knowledgeable, into stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
With beds moving and, and all that stuff.
Yay.
That sounds like a fun one.
we had a case over at Fort Hood recently, had 6 demons trapped.
See, that is crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is, we're going to help.
Yep. We'll do everything we can.
I've been practicing demonology. I'm 48. Ain't no shame. But
I'm only 21.
Don't steal my age, Mary. We're all 21.
Oh, boy.
Except Andy. He's like 20,000 years old. He predates dinosaurs.
Hey, I'm going to tell you a story on that, Andy. Just hold on for a minute. So I'm going to tell you a story on that for a minute. Okay. As you were saying?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saying that, for me and my mama being gifted runs in my family. I know the guys have heard this 100 times. Sorry, guys. But, and this is, I was actually working for a big conglomerate that did tours for money. And Mary was introduced to me. We were introduced because she reached out. Mary, can you explain the Brenda thing? You're more articulate than I am.
I'm friends with a lady that has been into paranormal forever.
She worked with the FBI.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's
on
extremely.
missing person.
Some of the like one of the houses at Hill House Manor has a room that she basically was the cause of it being named the murder room or something because she told them where a body was.
Wow.
She's awesome. Anyway, I've been friends with her for years. We were going to do a walkthrough at a well-known haunted location in Gatesville called the Ward House. And so Brenda came down and she brought Kat with her, and that's how we met. And then later, Kat, I think she called me and said, "Hey, can I be on your team?" And I was like, "Heck yeah, come on."
Well, I got so tired because my mama, she is old school. She's a Southern Baptist, old school, but she was gifted. She understood. She'd tell me, God gave you a gift. Don't use that for greed. I said, you don't tell my mama no, or you got to get flip-flop thrown at you, But I learned off of that. And she's here. She passed away 4 years ago, but she's here waiting for all of her 5 husbands, apparently. Love you, Mom. Just kidding. But
oh, there go that flip-flop.
I know.
Yes,
that one eyebrow raise. But
I want to show you.
I quit this national conglomerate because I saw what Blue Bonnet did which was getting back to my roots of helping people. And I normally wait for an invitation because you don't want to go, hey, can I join your team? But I was like, I can't help it. I've thought about it for about 2 weeks, and I finally, Mary, can I come, please? She goes, Kat, we're all the way in Waco. And I'm like, that's okay, I'll drive. And she said, okay.
Hey, keep an eye on her. She's funny.
And I wanted you to see Kim, because Kim isn't really in the picture. It's Kim. She's pretty
my
much to be on
girl.
All right. Hey,
Kim is also a medium, and we live like 6 minutes apart. So I'm always saying, hey Kim, let's go do this. And hey Kim, let's go look at that cemetery or whatever, So
I don't have a life, so I'm like game.
hey, let's you guys are from Waco, and I've been really trying to get up there to visit probably one of the Texas most tragic. It was very tragic.
That friend of ours,
the Branch Davidian compound.
Absolutely. Brenda investigated that and said it was awful.
From what I heard is from a realtor who's a good friend of mine, the government had finally turned that property over for sale. Yeah. So you can actually
there's people living there. It's true.
Now
I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
Another famous location thing that happened in Waco was the lynching of Mr. Washington there on the courtyard grounds, and he was burned, and his body was dragged up the street. My team went into an old funeral home. It's like the oldest one in Waco, I think. My granddaughter, who at the time was maybe 14, she saw him, and she didn't know anything about that story. And she kept saying, she was like clinging to me. I said, "What are you doing, baby?" She said, "Grandma, there's a man here." He's saying, she's all I keep hearing is fire, fire, fire. And she said, he's a tall, thin, young black man. He's right over there leaning against the wall. Do you see him? And I was like, no, because I don't have what she has. And then we went and looked it up, and his name was Washington. That street was named after him. But my granddaughter saw him.
Was this the one case with Cliff from?
Yeah, this with a ball when it flew off the.
Yep, I remember. I was right in front of that ball, and it just went boom, right off the table. We're like, did we get that on camera?
Yeah. We got one of the best EVPs we ever got was that night. It was so cool because the guy that owns the business, he was sitting there. He's not used to ghost hunting or whatever, but I asked the question. I said, how many dead are here? And it was so cool. It came back, we're all dead. And the guy that owns says, oh hell no. And he picked his feet up, threw a little ball.
Now, have you guys, I know Mr. John is up there in that area. Have you guys had any investigations with him?
John and I did 70-something cases together last year. Yeah, so I was on his team, but I bowed out. I wanted to devote my time to my team.
I don't remember how many investigations I've done with him. Wasn't he a part of Blue Bonnet for a little bit?
Yeah, he started out with Blue Bonnet. He started out with my team.
Okay, and, if you tell me a little bit about that store that I'm not.
The bookseller?
Yeah, the bookstore. Tell me a little bit about the bookstore.
Actually, we're in the office of the same guy that owns the bookseller. He's a friend of ours, so we're using his tax office right now.
It's actually my cousin.
Yeah, Andy's related to him.
Now, can you give me a little history on that place? I mean, what exactly is going on there?
You know what? We have another guy.
You want me to get him?
We got a guy that he can give you the whole, because he's worked at the bookseller forever. Okay. And we'll bring him in here, let him talk to you about the bookseller.
Is Russ on it?
Yeah. Huh?
I was supposed to do an investigation. Come up there and actually do an investigation with John last year.
Yeah.
And I'm not for sure what happened, but it didn't pan out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was really curious, on what exactly is going on up there.
The first time I helped with what I would call an exorcism was with John, and it was accidental.
I was there.
And he was there. It turned into an exorcism. That's not what it started out. And when that guy opened his mouth and all these 3 different voices came out, I was like, oh no.
That was one of the scariest interactions I've had. Yeah. Like I can't compare anything scary to that because it was horrifying.
we got
Wow.
to remove a few demons off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Russ. He is a pro at the
Hi, Russ.
Hey,
He is
Hi, Pumpkin.
he is actually a member of both Light Paranormal and Bluebonnet.
Okay.
So he helps
Samesies.
both teams out.
And he's a witch.
Wow, that's a
Me
topic.
too.
That's
Yeah.
a topic for another story. For another,
yep.
That's a
He
topic
knows
for
a lot of the
another
history of the
story.
bookseller.
another day. We can talk about that later. Well,
Mary's
Wes,
got 2 witches and I don't know.
tell me a little something about the bookstore, because
Yes.
I've heard so much about it, and but people really don't want to go into deep details about it.
Well, the building was built back in the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Uh-huh.
The bookseller has been a bookstore now for close to a total of 50 years. Prior to that, it was a brothel, a speakeasy, a bar, pool hall, attorney's office, doctor's office, hair salon, and a few other things.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of the
Wasn't it a cotton exchange or something?
office for a cotton exchange as well.
Okay.
So it's got a lot of history there. It's probably about one of the only businesses yet in all of Central Texas that is literally underground.
So it's a basement,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it is a cellar.
a cellar.
The difference between a cellar and a basement, you have access strict from upstairs, right above you, going down. A cellar is access only from the outside.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That
and this is
amazing.
they only have access to the cellar from the outside.
Now, do you think all the situations, I'm gonna call them situations, that's going on in that place, do you think it's demonic? Do you think it's really bad? Some good, some bad?
Most of the ones that we've had in there have all been more mischievous than
Demonic.
demonic.
We had a few come down. Kat says that she believes they were from the Han hotel that's just up the street.
That's what they say every single time.
Yeah.
They say
Really?
they're very specific, and they say because I'm a shadow witch. I've been a practicing shadow witch for a very long time. I was a punk in the 80s that squatted, it was bound to happen. It wasn't, anyways. So but a few times, like we were just talking about or mentioning real quick, that we had to remove demon off team members, right? Well, these happen just on flukes because the they're misunderstood. They're like tigers, and I mean, so, and I know there's a lot of people hissing at me probably, but they told me specifically, they said there's people, they hate people who intoxicate their mind, right? Because so I'm trying to walk on eggshells on how I word this. So with the issues of drug addictions and stuff that was going on at the Han, they would, pull some ritual and summon something and be like, oh, that was fun. All done. Not finishing it. So the demon's like stuck there. Think like you're in a contract. You were brought to a state for a contract. You weren't told the contract is over. So you're just doing it over and over and over until somebody says you're released. You can go now. So that's been the very few instances But most of the time they're cute and playful, and what Russ said.
We let her have her little toys and we have ours.
Now,
But we're all fam.
now, if let's say, for example, if I wanted to come up there and do an investigation at that facility, how would I be able to do that?
Contact us.
Yeah.
Well, I'm reaching out to you right now.
There's only like 3 people that have keys to get into the bookseller, and I'm one of them.
You're one of them.
The owner has no problem with me going in whenever I want.
Okay, now, is there a certain fee or a price to get in this facility?
Not usually.
When we do
open investigations where we have fees that we charge the public so we can raise money to help us cover our gas and our expenses
tools, whatever, or going to other cases.
Expenses for going to other cases. Then we'll have like either $15 to $20 per person.
Yeah, because we don't want to charge the clients, when we're out helping them.
We never charge the clients.
So this is how we pay for our stuff.
Everything that we need.
And really, the only time
guys, I would love to come up there. Me and my team would love to come up there and investigate. Guys, that in that.
The only rule we have is you do not antagonize the spirits.
No, that's one of my rules too.
Yeah. We don't
the best time to come down for that would be the fall/winter months.
Because it is hot in the summer.
They have 2 AC units set in there, basically like window units. That's trying to keep 330 square feet or 3,300 square feet of underground 2-foot thick concrete building cold.
Well, that's not going to work.
No, that's why
that's what we do fall.
Late September through March is the best time to investigate, because that's when it's cool enough where when we're inside, within 20 minutes, we're not drowning in sweat.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'll see you guys in October.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. Hey, guys.
Mr. Terry.
Yes, ma'am.
These guys are part of my team up here. So second weekend of October, you come with us when we do the Chisholm Trail Outdoor Museum. And won't put you to work. Bring your team. Y'all come investigate, help with the tours you want. And then once people go home, roam free.
She's trying to put me to work.
Kat sent me some pictures of the outdoor museum the other day. She said, "Can you find any ghosts in these pictures?" And I immediately sent her one. I said, "Well, there's a guy standing in an empty wagon, a chuck wagon or something." And she's like, "Oh my God, I didn't see that."
Well, it's an old pole bar. It's in the wagon, the chuck wagon she was talking about. You know how they normally have the canvas over them? Well, we took those off because, to be campy during events. Like, we just held the largest gathering of every native tribe in the country, including the Aztec and Mayans that came through, the indigenous Indians of the Americas. They're a lifetime sponsor of ours, and we're a 501c, So, but you know what a pole barn is? It's like a barn with no walls, basically, just poles. Right. And when Mary saw that, I was like, holy crap, you're right. And so the next day I went up there and I got on the Kubota and I live streamed it because it's too much to walk. So, and I was like, Mary, look, I told you there's no walls. Mary is like the queen. I'm like, Mary, I know I see the dead. Jesus help me. But Mary, look, I know you will find every one of them and give me all kinds of circles with paint. Now,
Mary is our go-to ghost picture taker.
Yes.
I can't see the things they see. I've only seen a few dead, really. But you show me a picture and I'll show you a ghost,
She is the one that we go to every time to capture pictures. We say, hey, Mary, over here. And she takes pictures, and most of the time she'll capture something in it. And I've tried for almost 10 years and I haven't been able to do what she does with the
Me
camera.
either. And I see him. I'm like, what the heck?
I know, right? It's crazy.
I just follow mediums around.
Well, Mary,
That's Mary's awesome gift.
Yeah.
One of the things that I do at the end of the podcast is I will send you guys mostly some of the pictures that I have taken over my paranormal experience, and I'll send it to you guys, and you guys tell me what you think.
Sure.
You know, some of them are pretty cool. Some of them are pretty like I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, all of them are very interesting, and they come from very interesting places.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to do at the end of the podcast. Now,
yay!
This is the podcast. Since I got to know you guys a little bit better, this is the podcast part where I start asking you guys about 20 questions. You know, and hopefully, you know, you guys are giving me some pretty cool answers.
Oh Lord!
All right, Mary.
Yes.
This goes out for your whole team that are sitting right there. They can go from one to another. It don't matter. Tell me the most memorable paranormal experience that you guys have had.
For me, I think it was the Abilene case, without a doubt. Abilene, little girl. She thought she had a fairy in her closet she played with. That's when John was on my team, and the more we worked with her, the more she started seeing not a pretty little light, dressed in white and sparkles fairy. She got darker and darker and darker.
Oh, I remember that case.
Yes. And she called it. She told us that Russ wouldn't be coming to the next. She's the guy with the cane.
Oh, she said the guy with the cane and the guy with long hair. Guy with long hair is me.
Yeah.
But she said that the guy with the cane and the guy with long hair would not be coming back.
I was like, yes, they will. Well, she was right.
She was right about him because he's the one with the cane.
And then we're talking like about a 5 or 6 year old little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, John was standing in the living room of this house, and the light comes on. And I was like, well, that's cool. And he goes, and he holds up the cord. It's not even plugged in. And he's like, he got this funny look on his face. I was like, oh, man, So, and there was steak knives hidden in the closet. Her little fairy friend was telling her to cut her family's throats. And I guess that's what she had planned on doing. Yeah. It was a pretty severe case.
Okay. The young lady to the
Kim.
I don't like to talk.
I like to talk.
She lies.
Talk to me, Kim. What is your most memorable paranormal experience?
Probably the shapeshifters.
Yeah.
On Fort Hood. Yeah. Probably the shapeshifters.
That was what the most recent one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of our recent ones.
We had a shapeshifter the other night that literally she's baby talking to this little girl, and she's like, are you okay? What are you afraid? She goes, are you afraid? And this little girl is like, yes, I want my mommy. She's like, what are you afraid of? And this
changed his voice very deep.
She said,
y'all.
She said, I'm afraid of y'all.
She opened that closet door and was like, because I was there with her, and she was like, hey, Andy, is there a little girl sitting in this closet? And I look in, I'm like, maybe. So I turn the light on to see if there's like a doll or anything. There's no doll. We turn the light back on because me and Kim personally can see things better when it's pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
And I look back in there and I'm like, I don't think that's really a little girl because I can most of the time tell if they're lying to me. And so Kim starts asking her questions and all that, and then that happens. I'm like, yeah, I knew it.
Wow. Okay. What about you, Big West? What's up with you?
I think there's a couple of them actually, but one that I would have to say scared most of us. We were up at the Hill House Manor in Gainesville, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There is about 7 of us sitting there. We got there, did about 4 hours of investigation, didn't get nothing at all. No EVPs, no nothing. One of the members that was there with us said, well, if we don't get anything else later tonight, we're leaving.
He was grumpy about what we paid to get in there.
Yeah, because we paid.
And right then, it sounded like a machine gun going off.
Or a machine cap gun.
But
toys.
The sound of a cap gun was what the noise was, but it sounded like a machine gun.
Wow.
And
we tried for the life of us to recreate it.
We were all inside. I said it came from behind me. Because I was sitting in front of a window that was towards the road. Three of us head outside. I've got my hand on my pistol with me.
Uh-oh.
There's crickets chirping outside at about 1 o'clock in the morning.
One of the girls, her husband actually was a police officer. And so she grabs me and she's dragging me into the kitchen to get me out to safety. I was like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah, but there was no cars, no nothing.
Yeah.
And the crickets were chirping, so it's like that noise did not come from outside. Yeah. It came from inside the house.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, and that same the next night that we were there, we had one idiot that was telling the spirits to use his energy, and I walked in on the thing. It grabbed me for about 7 or 8 minutes. I was leaning up against a wall.
I walked past him, and he didn't even know I was there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And when it finally released me, and I got my balance, if I'd been about another foot to the right, was the wall ended, and there was a pile of old wood with nails and everything else in it that I would have fallen into.
I saw Russ fall. I went after him. He's like, "Don't touch me."
Russ, tell them how tall you are for
I'm
reference.
Almost 6 foot.
He's a tall fella, and I'm
6 foot 2 if I stand on a chair.
Mary needs a baby seat. She's got to get a baby seat.
Just some yellow pages.
Oh, boy. Well,
I'm like Tanzania on Poltergeist, the little short old lady. That's me.
All right, the gentleman to my right.
Andy.
Yeah, my right.
Andy.
Been so many. I would have to say when we investigated Yorktown, we had finished setting up, and there was quite a few of us there, and so we split off into groups. So we had a group in the basement, a group in the chapel, and a group upstairs. Well, that night it was such a large location that we had 2 base camps set up. We had one base camp set up at the one end of the hall, and another set up at the other end. And so we had 2 people monitoring, and we had one base camp and one at the other. I just happened to be one of the ones at the end of the hall. And this place, there was dust and dirt and all that on the floor, so you could hear when people were walking down the hall.
Sounds like my house.
And so I'm watching monitors and, just making sure no one needed anything. Mm-hmm. And I just hear 2 sets of footsteps and a male and female talking coming down the hall towards me. So I peek out around the corner. I don't see anyone. It's dark. So I set up a camera facing down that way when we were setting up. And I looked at the camera. I didn't see anyone. So I used the radio and radioed in to the other base camp and asked them if they'd seen anyone. There's nobody there. 5 minutes go by. I hear it again. Look, nobody there. And to this day, I still can't figure out who it was or what it was.
I got a picture of what I believe is a demon that night.
I know the picture you're talking about. That was a good picture.
Yeah. Okay, it's just kind of like a man, but he has like a snout, and he's bald-headed, I believe. But he's kind of hunched over like a little man.
And they got one picture of something coming out of my head, too.
Yeah, I actually snapped.
There's nothing in your head, Russ.
Not after that night.
You can see we get along really well.
Yeah, see. All right, Miss Cat, you're next. What you got for me?
Oh, golly. Oh, man.
Oh, Lord, we'll be here a while.
Shut up. You don't know me. Shush.
We don't?
No, I think the infant cemetery behind University of Texas in Arlington, it's public property. It was in the early 1900s, there was a home before the university was really put in, and the headstones, literally, when the unwed mothers, that was a big no-no back then.
Right.
And when the midwives would help the women give birth, they weren't allowed to go to see a physician. Another big no-no, So the infants weren't given names. They were given, literally on the headstone, you'll see infant 23 hours old, marker number 1, baby 2 months old, marker number 2, on and on and on until the 40s, right? And there was a big live oak tree, right? And and I was looking at it and I said, why is there a woman standing there, and she was dressed like Victorian, with the high collars and all that. And I'm like, do y'all see this? And this is before Blue bought it, but it just, and I'm like, guys, come to Arlington so I can show, even though I don't live in that county, but that I took with my old iPhone 6 a progression of pictures, and you see a woman, she becomes an apparition fully in my progression of photos. And you also, while we were there, someone put, it's a small group, it was 6 of us. Right, so we all knew, and plus it's outdoors, right? So we all knew where each other was, and somebody put a little stuffed bear for the baby. Well, that got thrown across the yard, just gone. But my last thing on Yorktown, I was just dirt along in the chapel, and it wasn't till I'm heavily tattooed. It's true, the nuns really hate us, So I don't aggravate them. I'm like, oh, come, let me love. I will mother all of you. Just come on. So my house is actually really out at haunted. It's like a 100-year-old house.
Yeah, especially your spare room that I slept in above the Ouija board.
Yeah, I rescue Ouija boards. Yeah. I'm a shadow witch. I work with that's how I'm able to do demonology. So
let me tell you a little quick story. I spent the night with her because we were going to go to the Crescent Hotel. And so I slept in her little half bed in this little room off to the side.
This room.
She comes in there to tell me good night, So I told her good night, see you in the morning, whatever. And she just flipped off the light. She walks out, and I start hearing this. I was like, oh Lord, this just walked out and left me in here with her demons. And then directly I heard this. I look around, and it's her fat dog trying to get through the doggy door. I about had a heart attack.
She told me that
I knew they done had me.
She goes, Kat, why did you leave your demons here? And I'm like, Mary, they just are affectionate towards you. Just cuddle them.
Oh boy, you guys are funny, really. I mean, hey.
Well, hey Terry, what was the coolest place you've ever investigated?
Wait, hold up. I can't answer that until the end of the podcast. You guys,
I don't think you heard about the part you want to get in it.
Right, yeah.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
You're messing up the schedule. Hey, Mary, where did you get all these names from each team?
Where we get the names for a team?
From each one of your teams.
Actually, I kept taking all these ghost pictures, and I had no place to store them. And I was like, we're not on display. What do I do? So I made up, Blue Bonnet Paranormal. Well, then I contacted my friend that I worked with. I was an insurance agent. We shared an office, and he said, hey, there's this guy in Belton. You have to show him your pictures. And that was Will Light. And I said, I called him. I said, can I send you some pictures to look at? He said, sure. And I sent him the pictures. A few minutes later, he called me. He said, hey, can you come down here and meet with me? And he said, I'll give you a tour of the Wiedemeyer. And so I went down there, and we sat for 4 hours talking and laughing and stuff. And that's how I got started with Light Paranormal, helping them.
Mhm.
So
The way Light Paranormal got his name is Will Light.
Will Light.
Is his last name.
Yep.
the
And
Big Kahuna. We call him Big Kahuna.
Big Kahuna. When he
Yeah.
passed, we just didn't want to change it. We didn't want to change anything that he already started. We just wanted to continue it the way he did. He's the one who taught me and Mary basically everything we know about the paranormal. And so it just stuck.
Right after he died, I was helping my daughter-in-law set stuff up in her new house, and I kept hearing this knocking, and I was like, "You're knocking?" And she's like, "No, you're not. Something's knocking." Next day, his widow called me. She said, "Hey, I got a message for you from Will," because they were both mediums. I said, "Okay." She said, "He said, get your head out of your butt." He started knocking on stuff.
Oh, damn.
And see, I came into Blue Bonnet after Will had passed. So I only met Will in his dead form. I don't call them spirits. I call them dead because they are. You know, I feel I have full right. I did have a near-death experience when I was going through radiation for cancer, but you know, I'm just here to haunt y'all more. But
Okay.
but I was with Mary. Remember me, you,
Yeah. We had
and
a case up
Andy,
in
Yep.
and
where was that?
Lano.
No, it's supposed to Gun Barrel.
Was it? I thought
Yeah.
it was. I thought it was in Lano.
and I guess Will wanted to give me his. She's all right because
Yeah, he did.
he goes.
It was his
What?
voice.
He came over and me and Mary
Yeah,
just started
y'all broke
bawling our
down in
eyes out.
tears. Yeah,
We
and
just
I'm
started
like,
bawling our eyes
Yeah.
out.
I'm like, what's going on? Why are y'all crying? And why,
Yeah.
dude?
Yeah, he came on and told us. He said he's his Will, you know.
But
And
I think
Kim needs to
What?
talk about Bark at the Moon.
Oh, my best friend and I were major Ozzy fans. Bark at the Moon.
I don't know what that means.
You know,
God knows, right? You know who Ozzy is.
you know, for her to even mention Ozzy's name, that's good. I mean, that tells me she's got a.
Me and my best friend that named the team, we used to go out and bark at the moon when we were in our 20s. So me and her named the team.
Wait. Yeah,
Please.
you can't. If you're gonna bark at the moon, you got to do it right.
We do? Don't
You
make
do?
me do it now.
Okay, wait. How do you do it if you bark at the moon?
Come on, you stuck your foot in it.
Come on now. If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right.
Oh, this is on TV. Are y'all kidding?
Come on,
I've got $20. $20. I'll PayPal you, Kim. Come on.
See, I like Russ. He says not a full moon, so I can't have.
I barked at the moon once, but there was a lot of vodka involved, and I was.
I mean, if you mention the word moon, I love the moon.
I do too.
Yep.
That's my nickname.
I've actually had conversations with the fella. He never answers me back, and I always wonder why. I'm gonna think he don't like me. But if you're gonna bark at the moon, my friend, you have to do it right. You have.
All right, everybody, let's howl. No.
Wait.
Oh.
Hey, why does that light keep doing that? Is that something going on there or what?
Well,
I don't know.
Might be your phone. Turn your phone over.
What?
her bong.
I think he's hearing that AC.
No, we shut the AC off.
Yeah.
Well, that thing's still going. Beep, 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 beep.
No, that's not what you're saying.
Yeah.
Are y'all in the back room?
Bright light.
Yeah.
Are y'all in the back room where the records were? Where are y'all? Are y'all in the back room?
No, we're at the tax office.
I tried to get them to let us do it in the cemetery, but
No internet.
Good. You're trying to get away from it. You can't get away from it. If you're gonna bark at the moon, you gotta. What is your procedure on barking at the moon? Come on, I have to know.
you have to be really messed up, my friend. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. It's a joke. I'm kidding.
Oh my God. Okay. If you're gonna bark at the moon, number one, true, you gotta be drunk.
Facts.
Number two is you got to do it on top of a fence.
There you go.
Get
Is there
up
any fences
there.
around here?
You
Oh,
gotta
yeah,
have a
fences.
wooden fence. And then when number 3, when you actually start barking, you got to stick your chest out and
What?
actually start barking.
You don't want him to stick her chest out.
I might give you a black eye.
We'd all be damaged with concussions, okay?
I mean, hey, have you guys
Sorry,
ever
man.
seen? Have you guys ever seen the Addams Family? When what's
Yeah.
his name barks at the moon. Now that's how you bark at the moon. He did it right. When Uncle Fester did it,
Yeah.
oh yeah, he actually did it right, man. He,
That should be our theme song. We're creepy and we're spooky.
I like it.
Oh
And
boy.
Mary could be the nifty part in our group of that song.
You go.
Terrified and nifty.
Oh,
Nifty.
I know, right?
Wait, what was I saying?
All right. Hey,
My mind heard something completely different. So.
oh darn. Hey, what kind of equipment you guys use?
My best equipment, honestly, is these guys.
Yeah.
You ain't
My medium,
pointing.
they're my best.
Me and Kim personally, we don't really like using too much like technology equipment.
I got a room full. I don't care.
We like using, our abilities because it just works for us. And
But we have periscopes, SLS
Kim.
camera, the works. We got, you name it, we got it.
360.
we got
360 night vision cameras.
the ghost box.
Mary,
Oh, SLS.
you did not point to me, and I'm your favorite. You know what?
Listen, you. I did this.
You did point.
I pointed
You
you.
weren't paying attention.
Yeah, I did. I pointed you.
I was
Another-
cracking up. I was way down here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Another piece of equipment we use is a phone app that we finally found that actually works because me personally, I don't believe in a lot of phone apps working, but this one that we found actually works and we use it quite often.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Direct
Can-
responses.
Can I give fun fact on this app?
Yeah.
I'm a web developer. My husband is a network engineer. We tore into this app to as much as you possibly can tear into an app to see what it's accessing. Is it accessing your voice? Is it accessing
Always trying to screw up something.
we were not able to debunk it at all.
Really?
100%. And I have worked in the IT field since 1995, my friend.
And what's the name of this app?
It's called Necrophonics.
Necrophonics.
Yep, it's how much was it? I think it was like $10.
Yeah, something like
On
that.
iPhone.
Yeah, but it's very worth it. Very worth it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've a little
Sorry.
bit of up and downs on that. I mean, people have said good things and bad things about it.
When you get direct responses, actual answers to questions, and like with Will, it was his voice. I mean,
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
If you
I
can get their
will
actual
say-
voice,
I will say with the necrophonic, it does have goetic images on it. It's got a goetic image of the goetic demon Astaroth. So that does give a opening for everything to come through it. Demon, dead, entities, alien, ET, I don't know. But, just with that, so and there is one stupid voice that we did catch that does repeat. It's that woman's voice going,
yeah, I hate that one.
she does repeat.
The one I seem to be most successful with is, of course, the Ghost Tube. I mean, it gets 4 out of 5 stars on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And those of us that can't afford an SLS camera, I also use that app. I don't know if you guys ever used it.
I
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, we've got them.
But we've got actual SLS cameras, but I have used the other one too, just for convenience.
Like I said, I'm not a very big believer when it comes to the phone app. So me personally, I'm still trying to before I commit to using it on investigations, I'm still trying to make sure it works. And
when we were testing it at home, John and I, it was Christmas. We had our phones on airplane mode, which nothing should go through on airplane mode.
Yeah.
Right.
So I had the Necro on, and I've got the TV on mute. So all those Winter Wonderland, sale at Target for Christmas, And then I hear across the room, Winter Wonderland, Merry Christmas 7, which is the name I go by. And I was like, hi. So I was like, John goes, or my husband goes like, can you control the dead here? I don't like them talking to me. I'm like, well, I think you just told them.
That is so funny. All right, hey, how do you guys feel about Hollywood and all the paranormal?
Oh God!
Me personally, I grew up watching that stuff, and Ghost Adventures. I loved it growing up, but after doing it for so long and seeing what actually happens and all that, it's just hard to watch.
Yeah.
Like even YouTube videos, I'm like, are they faking it for views? And it's just hard to watch.
It came out that the reason why Taps had to quit is because they got busted using fishing wire.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
To fake an evidence. Yeah, you know that friend of mine, Dagoff, that did the Baker Hotel for Ghost Adventures. Chris Mosley, he was their expert witness on the Baker, and the dead at the Baker Hotel in Mineral Wells, they know him by name. And they'll mess with them. They're like, hey, word for another weenie. What are you doing? And he's like, oh, hey guys, shut up. Just grumpy old men together. But he was on there and he's like, yeah, he said they seem cool. I was there the whole night. So they sounded respectful. So I don't know. I think Zach just got over Hollywoodized.
I agree. I used to love Ghost Adventures, but every week if he got possessed, I was like,
I was yanked off my bed. Okay, let me tell you, I've been working with demons 35 years and I've never been yanked off the bed. What am I doing wrong?
Oh, I've seen that one where that chick did something very disrespectful and she got pushed off the bed.
Now that will happen. But
hey, I've never seen a lady run so fast out of a hotel than she did that night, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Talk about Andy, huh?
What happened?
about something growling, and we're like, "Where's Andy?" And then he's in the truck. We're like, "Where'd you go, Andy?"
We went to
he left us.
We went to this bridge that had some Native Americans trapped. There's like some sort of the best way that I can describe it is like force field keeping these natives trapped, as well as a shapeshifter or multiple shapeshifters. And so me, Kim, and another investigator that is with us, Candy. We were out there one night, and we were talking to the natives and watching our back for the dang shapeshifters. And all of a sudden we hear this loud snarl growl, and I said, "Oh hell no!"
And me and Candy turned our backs, and we're like, "Where's Andy?" And he was already in the cab of the truck.
I turned into the flash, and I threw that bucket that I was sitting on the back of the truck and hopped up into that cab of that truck, and I wasn't getting out.
Andy, come
Yes, sir.
on, man! You broke the golden rule.
I know, right?
You broke
what?
Why? You supposed to run towards the ground, not run away from it.
Exactly. Hey, Mary, what was the name of that Indian ceremony? Ceremony. I got work on the brain. Indian cemetery that you and Cliff didn't tell me we were going to until we went there.
Oh, Keo. Isn't it called Keo? The Keo Massacre site?
I don't know. Y'all didn't tell me.
Yeah, it's in East Texas, kind of. Yeah, we didn't tell Kat what it was. We were taking her to, and she came in her own Jeep, and she's like, she called me. I was like, yeah. She goes, Mary, why is there a dead Indian in my Jeep?
He just showed up, and I found out it was our friend. Well, he wasn't my friend. Now he's my friend. He's like the biggest skeptic in the world.
Yeah.
I was like his lab rat. But I was so complimented by that. He's like, you're the first real one I saw. And I was like, thanks.
Oh, wow.
Thank my mama. She's the best.
Talking about Hollywood, also, me and my granddaughter flew out to Los Angeles, and we did the murder house on Cielo Drive, the Sharon Tate murder site.
Ooh, Charles Manson.
Yeah, Charles Manson. That was fun.
And the Folger family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Creepy pasta.
Now, Kat, I would love to, because I've heard so much about this particular bridge, and I was talking about it on my last podcast.
Are you talking about Alton Bridge?
No, the Donkey something bridge.
Donkey Lady Bridge.
Yeah, I would love to take you there so you can just debunk that place altogether.
I would love to, but before you go any further, these guys know I like to go in completely blind so everybody knows I'm not BSing.
Well, the thing is, I mean, we've heard so many things about it. I'm pretty sure you have.
I ain't up here. No, sir.
You haven't heard anything about that?
No, sir.
Oh, cool.
I
that place would be very interesting to take somebody with your abilities and just fill the place out, because I've heard so many things on what supposedly had happened and all that stuff. I mean, I really have to know. I mean, I've never been there personally. I wouldn't drive that far myself just for a bridge where a bunch of kids hang out at.
Can you tell me what part of town, or not part of town? Don't tell me the town, please. But can you tell me which part of Texas, which north, south, east, or west?
I think it's north, up there by.
How about this? How far from Fort Worth would you think it would be? I don't want to know the direction.
I would want to say.
Tell me what I don't know.
I want to say it's probably about 2 hours west of Fort Worth, if I'm right.
Oh, that'd take me about 3 hours. That's good.
Woo.
Let's go. Oh, that's nothing when you live in Cleveland, baby.
Hi, Marianne. I got the hat on.
I ain't got my glasses on. What's it say?
Looking good with that hat, buddy.
Yes, you are. I mean, hold on, let me see.
How about Maxdale Bridge? Have you been to Maxdale Bridge, Terry?
To be honest with you guys, we have not been to any bridges.
Oh, Maxdale, Demon Road.
Oh,
Maxdale is where I saw that spider when we walked on the bank and the driftwood from the floods. All of a sudden, I saw bones, like we were walking on bones.
Man.
And there was this arachnid type demon. We're under the bridge, right? This arachnid type demon. And it just turns his head 360. And one of the girls we were with has diabetes real bad. She just ate. She just checked her insulin levels. Everything was good. She walked down the ravine, stepped foot on that driftwood, and she dropped like a sack of potatoes. Her husband had to drag her up the ravine, took her blood work, and it was in dangerous levels. Wow. And people just kept dropping like flies. And I'm like, y'all should probably go up. I'm just saying. So, because me and bro up here, we're having a good conversation. So, and I need y'all to be safe. Because I feel like they're my responsibility, like me and this dude are cool, but he's not cool with y'all. So y'all just be safe.
Is that a dog behind you? What is that behind you, Kat? Is it something? Is that...
At her house, there's no telling.
I'm behind a window.
Because I see you're not touching the curtains, and your curtains are moving.
No, when I got up a second ago, I booted my dogs out.
Yeah, so you got something going on there.
Her house is crazy haunted.
She takes them home with her all the time.
Yep.
I do.
Oh, just go to my house. I'll talk to you whenever I get home. She could be down here. Just go to my house. I'll talk to you when I get there.
I tell people, and it's true, my house is the laziest house.
That's why I didn't want to sleep in that room by myself.
Well, do you remember back in, I told you my house is haunted, right? Do you remember back in the day, we're all Southern people back in the day, the old ones would paint their porches haint blue. The haints were ghosts, and the Southern belief was if you painted your house paint blue, it would keep the dead, the spirits from crossing over because they think it's water and they're not going to cross water, which we all know is not true. Well, this is now, let me see if I can turn the light. This is now, oh my God. Hold on, I'm a hot mess. Can you see the blue?
It's white.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Can you see the blue? I can't see where I'm pointing.
I can see 2 different shades of color.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's the blue. So this used to be the wraparound front porch, and it was enclosed. Like you can see where my garage is, I'm in an enclosed room, but here's the window to my garage that was not there. This was the front porch.
Okay.
So it's kind of weird. My house is 100 years old, and it was a single 1-room shingle side house, old farmhouse, and I'm on an acre. And then they didn't want to ruin the old aspects of the house. So in the 40s, they just built an updated house around the 100-year-old house. So my house is 100 years old and 80 years old. It's very bipolar. Yeah, so I'm like,
That makes 2 of them.
hey, I'll get you, my pretty.
Oh boy.
But the guy, the parafam, no drama. Pair drama needs to quit, like for real. I mean,
I hate that.
I don't mean like we're all in it together. We just do different things. We're all family.
Right.
Ain't no need. But I'm Mary.
Mary.
Yes, sir.
How much money are you willing to spend on an investigation?
Everything I got, which is pretty much nothing.
I almost spit.
Hey, I'm with you on that one. The free, the better.
That's right. Well, there's ghosts everywhere. I don't have to go pay for go see a ghost when I can.
There you go.
No,
So
there are some places that we would pay to go to, like Yorktown or Hill House Manor. But most of the time, we stick with free locations or our clients.
Mm-hmm.
Terry, can I send you a video of when I was walking down the chapel and you see this shadow on the night vision camera? It go, you've been to Yorktown? Everybody has.
No.
Recommend it. It was a pretty good hunt.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, my first time there, in the chapel, there's like the confessional booths, and there's an old piano, and then the altar that the pastor would stand at, and you'd walk between the pews, like a church, like an everyday church. And I was just, walking by myself. I like to wander, and the night vision caught on video a completely opaque black shadow climb up the wall, go over me. You can't even see the wall in front, that has the cross and the sun. It's completely blocked out. And it's like there's a doorway if you're facing the altar, or what's it called? The altar, where the preacher stands, that place. There's the what? Yeah, the pulpit. It's been a long time since I was Baptist.
No church.
I grew up Southern Baptist, and then I wandered, but yeah, mama. But anyway, so and then you can see that black smoke just get slurped into where the pastor's office would be. And we caught that all on video. And
it's the same place where I caught the demon in the picture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Same exact spot.
So it's probably the same thing.
Yeah, send me that video. I would love to see it.
Absolutely. It's on my Facebook.
if you guys had a choice, where would you guys choose to investigate? I mean, what is your preference?
All. I like the dark and mysterious.
Yeah, I'd say basically anywhere.
Anywhere? So you have no set. I mean, because I
Oh, I
know.
know. Penhurst. True story. I dreamt about
Yeah,
Penhurst
Alcatraz.
Asylum.
I want to do that one in Kentucky.
And I have dreamt about that, but I didn't know what it was called. I grew up on a farm. I didn't know, and I kept explaining this building. Mom, it looks like a castle. Mom, and I mean, like, our grocery store was out. You picked it or you killed it, like I didn't know nothing about nothing. But and I continuously had dreams on it. And then I was watching Ghost Adventures one day, and my building, not my building, but the building I was seeing all the time, it was there. I was like, I don't know if it's a sign because it's a crazy house, if I should take it as a hint, but but that would be my ultimate. I would love to spend the night, like 5 days in that place, because
I'd like to spend the night at Dracula's castle in Transylvania. That would be a really cool
I don't do vampires.
Give me some holy water.
Haven't you seen Twilight? Come on, Mary.
You might sparkle.
Is that your bucket list? Is that what you got on your bucket list?
You know what?
Dracula's Castle?
Yep,
Cool.
definitely on the ghost hunting bucket list.
Just
Alcatraz.
about any place that I ever
Alcatraz,
really
definitely.
wanted to that was on my bucket list, I've done it. Myrtle's Plantation, New Orleans, like I said, Los Angeles. I just save my money and go.
Yeah, the one thing I dislike about the Myrtles is it's not what it used to be back in the day. When Loretta Lynn used to own the place, she actually took care of it. Now it's like a bed and breakfast, and everything is overhyped.
Yeah.
Like the catfish place down in Waxahachie.
Yeah.
Same thing happened with that. Yeah. It became commercialized, and you're like, that's somebody's grandma, Me
and my best friend got really lucky though with the Myrtles. We booked a room, we thought, got there, and they double booked it. So they gave us the cabin out back free.
Oh wow. That's awesome.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So I caught a picture of a lady with no head.
Did you see
in old-timey clothes.
Did you ask her why she lost her head? Have you lost your head, woman?
I think
if she told me, I wouldn't have heard it.
I think the most popular ghost there is Chloe. I think.
Yes. Who is her daughter's name?
That's my daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's one of her names.
Yeah.
Cool, dude.
On my nerves. Pain in the butt. Okay, she's redheaded and with autism. She's
a beautiful little girl.
Yeah, except she thinks, but she sees the dead, but she doesn't understand that they're dead. And she never met my mother because my mom was disabled and lived in Atlanta because my 500th stepdad. No offense, Mom, just kidding. But
you're gonna get that shoe.
Yeah, maybe that's what you saw was her eyebrow raising and flip flop going across. But it was either the shoe or going out and picking my switch, and it better not be the smallest switch because she would pick.
I don't even know. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't even ask this question because I know you, Kat. I know you've been hit, scratched, and all that stuff before.
Yeah, I truly. And there's a double reason for this. I truly love to go to the locations that nobody wants to go to.
Yep.
And the reason for that is, one, I'm well trained in it and I still learn. I'm almost 50. I still learn. And
that's what I love about this field is you're always learning. You're never a professional. Yeah. So when someone said, whenever I say I'm a professional, I always go air quotes around it because you're never a professional when it comes to paranormal investigating.
That's exactly right.
Always
And
learning.
that's what we always say, you know, that's kind of our mantra. If you say you've learned everything there is to learn, then you need to go back to school, you know?
Exactly. Because you
So,
will never learn everything.
but you know, with that, you know, one, I thrive in that field, that case that nobody wants to go into. I thrive in it. But the 50-50 on that is I'm helping that building. I'm helping the dead there. That's one thing that's so overlooked is the dead are dealing with this negative rawr that devours them. You ever seen a demon devour a spirit? It's
I don't know.
Yes.
I know y'all have, but
No, I can say that I've never said, "Hey, cat."
well, just come hang out for a little while,
No,
honey.
I'm good. You know what? I've talked to a couple of mediums, very gifted individuals who are very, very, dude. I mean, they are very gifted. But the one thing they hate doing is either walking by a cemetery or driving by a cemetery because
Really?
all the people,
Oh,
all the dead come at them at one time.
you know,
And it's just it makes them have a big headache, you know, when they go either walking by or going by or just being in there because everybody's coming at you at one time.
well, I was taught I had that issue. I had a shadow man pretend to be my friend when I was little. Remember when we had the real brass keys and the real metal house keys, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Remember back then? Um, with be old with me. Let's be old together. And but he was like, I mean, I was young. I was like 6 or 7, and I'll never forget it. He was like, stick that key in the light socket.
Oh hell no!
Well, and I said, well, I was like, okay, and I did, and thank goodness my daddy, big old Marine Vietnam vet, you know, 6-degree black belt in Taekwondo. Now he got the case of I'm old and doesn't want to do anything, but you know, love him. But he literally got shocked through me, pulling me off that key. And after that, you can have these guys shadow people. I'm like, nope, call somebody else.
Now she
Nope.
stutters.
I do. I go da 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 da. It's all that electricity running through.
Right. That's
why my hair stuck up for so long.
When we did the Babyhead Cemetery the other night, before we leave, I always say basically the same thing. Thank you for communicating with us. However, you need to stay here. You're not welcome in our homes. And Kim is back behind me laughing. I said, what? She goes, there's a lady following you. And she said, like, we'd want to go to your house.
Me personally, I love cemeteries. There's just something
Me
peaceful
too.
We were
about them.
just in them last
Last night me and Kim went to a few, and you know it wasn't too late at night, but it was still dark, and it was just peaceful. We were just walking around talking to the dead. It was
Andy,
grand old
I
time.
remember us going to the cemetery after a Mother Nev, and it was freezing and raining. You're sitting there shivering like a poor little puppy.
Do
And
you
you're
not
like,
see me? I am skin and bones. Of course I'm going to be freezing.
but I was proving your point. We were like, Andy, do you want to go? Andy, do you need to go? And he's like, no, I want to stay and investigate. We're like, okay, but if you need a coat, they're in the car. He was like, no, I'm fine. Let's investigate.
That's what I like about everyone.
Dedicated.
That's what I like about everyone on all of our teams is that we're so dedicated to it that we will move everything and anything we can to help a family or investigate.
I'll shove Andy in a heartbeat.
Yep.
Little skinny butt.
You know, to get evidence and prove that there is stuff out there. People aren't going crazy. There's actually things out there messing with people.
Okay, now how do you guys deal with y'all in the community? Do you guys reach out to them? What do you guys to make yourselves aware, just besides social media?
Me personally,
it's been word of mouth mostly, right?
A lot of word of mouth, and then me personally, you know, I mention it all the time. Oh, I'm a ghost hunter, so if you need anything done, let me know. Or I'll be in a building and be like, So, any spooky stories you got? You got any ghost stories? Anything happening here? And
You're trolling. Farming
just,
for.
I think a lot my ghost photos are spoken for me. I don't have
Yeah.
to do a lot of advertising. People are like, did you see that picture? You know. So
and
a
then,
lot of that.
a lot of advertising on social media.
Yeah.
Mine has just been word of mouth through doing readings, because I'll sit down, and Terry, I offer this to you. I'll be more than happy to, you and I sit down and FaceTime privately, and I'll
We're
be more
sucking
than
up.
happy.
You need to get out of my head.
It just makes us look good. Makes T whatever, you know. I do stutter, but I will give you a reading.
The one thing that we do in with NSPS TV is we do a lot of, we do meet and greets.
Yeah.
At certain locations. Oh, she got took off.
Uh-oh. Now we can really talk.
We do meet and greets. We try to interact with the community. I also have a sticker on the side of my cars. One of those.
I want to get me one of those.
I don't put a sticker on my car. One of the reasons is because a lot of people like their privacy. They don't want people knowing what's going on in their home.
Mm-hmm.
They're very, hush hush. So we respect their rights. Now, if they want us to, we will, but not unless they give us permission.
One thing that Light Paranormal in partnership with Blue Bonnet, and sadly Kim won't be able to be there to represent Bark of the Moon, but at the end of this month we are doing what we're calling a paranormal class, where we'll have people come in and it'll be like a meet and greet type thing, and we'll show off our equipment, how it works, and then we'll show off some evidence that we've captured, and then end it off with a Q&A so we can answer people's questions, anything that they want to know. And we've done this once before, like Paranormal has, up in Ocala, Texas, and it went very well, and I've wanted to do it again since.
I think that's cool. I think if you guys get the younger generation, if you start them off small, like the most place to do that would probably be a library.
One thing that once again Light Paranormal does is we have this program called the Junior Investigators Program, where we have the younger generation come in and investigate. Nothing like too major, like
that's
maybe
how I met Andy.
Or tours.
Yeah, a little kid.
Yep, I was 14 whenever I started with Light Paranormal as a junior investigator, and the next day Will was like, "No, you're a full investigator." So, but we actually have, as of right now, because we just started our junior investigators program again, we have one junior investigator.
Oh, dang, she found us.
Listen, true story. My phone was full. Terry, you got whoever's attention was behind me, because my phone went, boo, battery dead, and that's why I fell off, because it died.
I knew something was going on, because I saw all that, whatever was going on back there.
And y'all know what's that back window that behind me where I'm sitting? It's just a window to my driveway.
All right, guys, it's that time. Mary, I am going to send you about 7 pictures.
Send them.
And tell me what you think. If you can you send them to Kat also?
Yes.
Okay, so let me go ahead and get this going right now. These pics are from different investigations.
Okay.
And all that stuff. Do you guys want to ask me any questions? Feel free.
Okay.
It's either going to be straight to you, Blue Bonnet, or Light right there.
I'm in the room where I look at my closet and Mario. I had a friend pass away about 3 weeks ago, and I have glass French door closet doors, and Mary saw him, and it was no question, it was him. And she goes, Kat, look, there's a face. And I said, that's my brother that just died. And I sent him a picture. She's like, yeah, that's a perfect match. And he was very unique looking. So.
I saw your grandparents on each side of that tree.
Yes, and even my brother, the skeptic, he even said, yeah, that's me, Mom, Papa.
That's one of my favorite things to do. That's one of my favorite things to do is convert a skeptic over to believing. We've done that a few times over at the Wiedemeyer Academy in Belton.
Well, I don't understand how my brother is a skeptic. I mean,
right there,
Mama.
Look at that.
1, 2.
I can't see.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So one of the things I look at too, to decide if it's real, is you will see spirits stacked basically. Like there'll be is that Russ?
Yeah.
And I'm seeing that in this first picture. I'm seeing that. This one I don't know about.
I'm gonna excuse myself to use the bathroom.
Okay. I'm gonna say.
It was Russ watching this.
Okay.
Oh, this fan is making things look amazing.
For sure, I like the first one.
Where'd you send them?
Oh, let me send them to you, Kat. I was so intrigued. You know me. Hold on. Okay. I was already up in that stuff.
Get up on in it.
Oh, don't bring her name up, please. It's been quiet. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's been quiet that she ain't been around. So you bring her name up, she might pop up somewhere. She's trouble, Mary.
I'm seeing camera moving in some of these.
So a lot of the time, and that's what I like to do is whenever I look at pictures, because I'm more of like a photography film type guy, so I can spot when it's like a lens flare or something like that. And there was at least 2 or 3 the ones that you sent that were caused by the light being at the end of the hall and the camera moving while it was taking the photo. So it got that motion blur, and it caught that light moving from like down at the end of the hall or something like that.
Sorry, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Okay, picture 1 with the 2, the cemetery with the big trees.
Yeah, I don't see you, Kat, but I hear you.
I think it's
I had
she's
to
on her
go off
phone
screen
and
to look at the pictures. I'm reading the pictures.
Okay. Yeah, she reads photos.
Okay, that place is active as hell because it puts off a lot of energy. But who I see really prevalent.
This could actually be an elemental.
Yeah, that
in
does
the
look
first
like
picture.
Is that second picture?
Husband and wife, like they're holding hands. 1920s ish. Nothing spooky, nothing bad. They're just, I don't think they realize they're dead.
Is it? Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Aww.
So the second and third picture are the same photo.
Just zoomed in.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys.
That's just a beautiful picture in general.
Guys.
What is she doing?
She's reading the pictures.
I'm trying to say something. The picture with the one headstone that's sinking into the ground.
Yeah.
That one has a very. He looks like a hobo, like a traveler, like a homeless guy. He's making me cry, like no lie. He is so sad and he's so alone. And that's not his grave, but he's walking. He's like walking along the chain link fence, and he's just like he's waiting on something, but that something's not coming, and he's just so broken. He is such a broken man.
So above the tombstone, we see faces in the one
And then
photo.
there's that guy too.
Yeah. There's another. That's right. Let's see. The very
Yellow.
first photo. I like that the best of all. I think. Oh, the same one. He circled the same ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy has a thick face.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
That looks like a black person. That looks like a black person to me.
Definitely high cheekbones.
Which one?
The one at the cemetery.
The first photo.
Yeah.
The one at the school that gets all blurry and the hallway looks shadowy.
Actually, that is an abandoned nursing home. It's not a school.
Well, what I'm seeing is I'm not seeing the bill. I'm seeing it how the dead see it, right?
Okay.
And so they're not
Oh, looks like
showing
it has
me.
20 years.
They're showing me a very much segregated area,
Yep, you're right.
and there was a lot of anger and violence for the segregation, mainly towards the African American side. Whites only, blacks only. Fawcett, very sad. But this building, it wasn't when this building was built there. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, look, there's two.
So,
But that one with that lonely hobo just broke my heart.
So the one with the green circle and the red circle,
The second picture.
we're guessing like elementals.
Yeah, it looks like elementals.
Let me go back.
Let me. One thing that I've learned is that when you put a lot of energy into the air, you know, a lot of entities or paranormal, they feed off of energy.
Yep.
Now, what happened was we were in a cemetery with a very bad lightning storm.
Oh.
That's
And
when it's
all
super
that
accurate.
energy, it just fed into that cemetery, and man,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know that we caught this until I got home, and to this day, I still don't know what it is.
Yeah. I'm guessing elementals. We've seen all kinds. We actually have SLS video of these little tiny elemental guys in a home. They were actually inside the house, and they were just plain going nuts, And they look. Kim said they look like squirrels, kind of, but with people faces, And one had a
They're like
regular
little. You
tail
know what
with
an
a
elemental
football on the
is?
end. Huh?
Oh, I was asking Mr. Terry if he was not if he knew what an elemental was.
Oh.
No, but you're right. I have no clue.
They're like woodland creatures, basically.
They're spirits of like different things. Like
they can be like sprites.
You got spirits of the woods or spirits of
we've seen all kinds.
Like the four elements. You have fire, you have wind, you have water, and you have earth.
But I've heard that word used a lot in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah. It's the real deal. They're real.
Yeah, they are actually real.
I've seen quite a few. Back to Druidism, and then before that dates back to about the Roman pagan times, Sodom and Gomorrah times, So they're little tiny mischievous little buttholes. They're like chiggers only.
Hey, not all of them are tiny. I've seen some pretty big ones. I've seen some tall ones.
All right. Hey, are you guys able to read the comments?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
We are. Let's see.
Read them, Andy. I don't know.
Says Kat, are you okay? Question mark.
Oh, I was crying. I'm okay. Sorry. I'm a physical medium. I don't do the psychic stuff. And one of the pictures he sent, because I see them from I don't I don't look for the dead in the photo, but I talk with the dead. I read the dead's imprint on the photo, and the way that this man was just utterly helpless and hopeless, and he was just walking just so solemnly, it broke my heart, and it did get my feels, but I'm okay. It's part of the package. Thank you for asking. That is so sweet.
Yep, that's my baddie. That's my buddy Mary.
Well, all the cool, amazing people are
You know
named
something
Mary.
funny? Every investigation or anything related to the paranormal we've done the last almost month now, there has been a Mary there. Whether it's her or a client, or it's weird.
Right? Actually, I'm glad y'all because I got confused between you, Mary, and Mary Ann. Because you remember, I think I text you or something about a podcast, and I'm like, wait a minute, because I got Mary Ann on both. I got Mary Ann on both phone
I'm Mary
numbers.
Jo.
Oh, well, you Mary Ann now.
You can call me Ray. You can call me Jay.
Just don't call me late for dinner.
That's right.
Right?
Obviously.
So yeah. All right, guys. I know it's getting late. Some of us got to go to church in the morning.
Right?
As me, I got to go to work in the morning.
Oh, no.
Is there anything you guys would like to ask me
We
about?
can start off with Mary. Anything you want to ask him?
No.
Kim? Kat?
I know where to
I
find
already
you, though.
asked my question.
If you ever want to go something, though, give us a holler.
Yeah.
Well, I
Absolutely.
definitely want to go to where you guys are at to check out that
Bookseller.
the bookstore.
Well,
Yeah.
you're more than welcome. Like we said, around September, October through March, just let us know.
Also,
Yeah,
we're going to do, my plan is we're going to do a haunted hike at the park. We love doing that. And
Okay.
it's a very haunted location down at Mother Neff State Park. Very haunted.
Yep.
Now,
And a lot of times
is
Kim
that-
and I will go down in the middle of the night and sit on the bridge and play Indian music. And the Indians will come to us.
well, y'all asking for trouble.
And then once again, we have that class coming up on the 31st, and you're welcome to come out.
Okay, cool.
And anyone that's watching is welcome to come out. We do have a limit of 15 people. So just message Light Paranormal and to reserve your spot. And it's completely free.
You guys hear that, man? Hey, take advantage, guys. Take advantage. Hey, now you get to meet some great individuals. You get to share some knowledge. You get to share some of your stories. And you just go out and hang out and learn something. Kat,
Come on out and meet us in person.
yeah, Kat, you got anything for me?
Yeah, I would like to say if anybody would like a blind one-on-one reading, I also read Oracle, Tarot, I throw the bones, and I
She
use
does it all.
divination. But I don't charge. But if you want to buy me a coffee or give me a hug, that's good enough for me, and we'll set all day. I just ask that you don't talk, so I'm not filling you full of BS. I'm just repeating what's going on. I read you, I read the spirits around you, and then take notes, and then we have a powwow about it afterwards. But if anybody wants to do that, just reach out to either Andy at LPI or Kim,
Reading for
or because we're all on the same team.
We're all together.
Just reach out to any one of us. You got Mary from Blue Bonnet Paranormal, Kim from Bark at the Moon, and then me, Andy from Light Paranormal.
And we don't even have to be in person because I know I'm way up here in Johnson County.
Now, Kat.
Yes, sir.
I would love to have you on a separate podcast for the simple fact that I am now opening up my podcast to witches, pagans and warlocks. So I'm trying to get to know those individuals as
You Russ
well.
also then.
Yeah,
Russ,
Russ would be a
absolutely
good guest
too.
on there.
Yeah.
And mine
And-
and Russ's magic, they're so different, but they
Yeah.
intertwine so
Yeah.
They
well.
work very well together.
Yeah, I would love to get you back on the show
That would
to
be a
actual, sit down and talk to you a little bit more about that.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Now, I'm still learning about that, from basically what people know about witches, pagans, and warlocks is what Hollywood put out. Now, we know that
Absolutely.
Hollywood is uh, 85% BS because
You
Yeah.
got that right.
it's
Yeah.
never told like it is.
Yeah. I don't even watch that stuff because it's like
No.
boring.
Yeah. We've done it for so long, and
Yeah.
we know what goes on these things. So it's like, yeah, that's fake.
In fact, when
That's
I
fake.
watch it, I'm like, that's not what happens.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
pointing out everything. Nope, wrong.
Starting back, from when witches first came over, came over here till United States from Europe and all that, and not only that, am I dealing with that? I want, have the whole gypsy aspect as well because you can't have you can't have witches, warlocks, and pagans if you're not including gypsies on that because I think gypsies have a big part of that also. So that's
a big part of it also bringing
Isn't that
it
a
more
Cher song?
mainstream. And with demon magic and working with demon, I should say, you do any quick research. Did you know that Abrahamic religion is the only religion that looks upon demon as something so atrocious and dangerous and bad? If you look at Buddhism, Hinduism, the Quran, any other, even Judaism, they look at them as a necessary part of the evolution of faith and spirituality.
It wasn't until I met Kat that before I met Kat, I'm pretty sure Mary was the same way. We thought all demon were bad, but up until we met Kat, when we met Kat, we saw that that wasn't the case.
right.
Which is kind of a bit of a shocker.
I just being a Christian, I just look at it like God made all of us, including people like Kat. God works in mysterious ways.
Makes
And
us
she's
all in his
helping
image.
people.
It really does. Hey guys, tell the world how to get a hold of you guys if they want to, contact you. Want to speak out. You Kat, and all you guys. Just tell the world how to get a hold of you guys.
On Facebook, Blue Bonnet Paranormal in Moody, Texas.
And then
Bark at the Moon Paranormal in Moody, Texas.
and then you got Light Paranormal on Facebook. We're going to be working on some other social medias, but the main place is Facebook for us as well. Just shoot us a message.
Never
anytime.
a charge.
Never a charge. We try to
For many of
message.
us.
We try to message us back as fast as we can, and we'll get to your message as soon as we can.
Okay,
And I'm still Cleveland Paranormal is new.
In the works.
This is like an untouched gem that I live in, this little small little podunk town. So even though you're looking at the team right there,
If you can't get a hold of her, you can get a hold of her through us because we're all
that's
connected.
exactly right.
Well, Kat, if you can,
Yes,
Mary, can you send her my information? Because I would
Yes.
like to have you
Yeah.
on the podcast. And
Okay.
I'm thinking maybe around the August time, just to get you on there, because there's a lot of, crazy things about witches, pagans,
Yeah.
So I kind of want to help the world straighten that out, 'cause
Right.
it's
Right.
it's a lot of bad blood and people think a lot of negative about it and
Right.
really don't. And you know what? To make a long story short, I really blame the church on that. The church has a lot to do with that.
Can I
You
just
know,
high five you?
I know, so high five.
Yeah, yeah.
and if it's the church, then Hollywood, or you could put Hollywood then the church.
You know,
Um,
I took a lot of flack from actually some of my family members about what I do, and my brother actually went down showing my mom in the Bible all this stuff, against what we do. And if you go and read Mark in the Bible, it says where they went and they went to Jesus and they said, "Hey, these guys were casting out demons, so we told them to stop." And he told them, "Leave them alone. If they're not against me, they're for me. They're helping. Leave them alone."
And also, you can read about King Solomon. That's where the 72 goetic demons came from. They're fallen angels, and King Solomon during a mighty battle drew this spiritual circle connected to God, to the Abrahamic God, and the archangels, which became the 72 goetic demons, Lilith, Moloch, Belial, on and on,
She knows
Asmodeus,
this
on and
stuff
on.
backwards and forwards. She'll be doing this stuff and she starts talking in Latin or whatever, and I just back off and let her go. I'll be in the other room if you need me.
right. Hey guys, it has been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Let's do it again.
You
Hey,
too.
send me all that info about all the events that you guys are going to have.
Yes, sir. For
Hey,
sure.
I'm only an hour. Hell, I'm not even an hour away from you guys. I'm like
Right, we'd love to
45
have you.
minutes. That's if Tex dot fix all those damn roads that they were doing.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh my
35
God,
is
dude.
gonna.
It seemed like they've been trying to fix that damn Waco highway for the last 30 years.
Exactly.
You ain't.
Exactly.
I
Still
have a
hasn't
CB
fixed.
in my Jeep, and you ought to hear them truckers cussing, boy.
Oh yeah. Hey, I know. I'm an old truck driver myself. So,
Are you?
oh yeah.
Love long haul. Were you
My
long
husband
haul
is too.
trucker?
I can imagine. We done a
Yeah.
lot of cussing, but you know what? That's what we do to get through the night.
Mr. Terry, you're gonna have to hop in the Jeep. We'll go topless and go down to Bridgeport and
But
go.
you'll get that offer very often, do you?
They'll not let
Oh
you
boy,
park
you
in
are
the
something
store.
else.
But you can. Well, Jeep talk. When you go take the top off and you're topless. But if you take the top and the doors off, then you're driving topless and naked. So let me just clarify right there. I don't need to be getting arrested, okay?
Hey guys, it's been very nice talking to you. Let's do it again.
Thank you
And
for
Yes,
hey,
sir, for sure.
and please, Mary, send me all that info on
I
the
will.
events that you guys that have. And hey,
All right.
we would love to come up there and hang out with you guys.
And brag on Miss Kim. She's so gifted, and with Native American history.
Yeah, she specializes in
Holy
Native American.
crap! That's your girl.
Well, you know what? She would love Cedar Park because there's so much Native American history here. If you guys get a chance, watch the Dead Files, season 2.
Yeah, I saw it. I know what
my
you're talking about.
girl. Me and Amy.
One
Amy
of
are
her
the same
Indians
type
was
of
actually in the
medium.
car with us, and I said, I'd kind of like to, because I can't see them like she does. I kind of can, know for sure they're really there, And I like for him to like touch me or something. I was thinking he's gonna touch me. No, he put his whole hand over my side of my head like this. I'm driving. Like, not now.
Yeah, so if you guys ever come down, I can definitely take you to that property.
I'd love to go.
And it would be very interesting.
That'd be one heck of a family outing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that property is amazing. And Kat, I wouldn't tell you anything about it. You would basically come to me and just feed me with a bunch of stories, and I can tell you if you're right or if you're wrong.
She'll be right.
These
and
folks
you know
will
what?
tell you.
And we've had 2 mediums on that property, and each time It was dead on.
That's
Dead
awesome.
on.
I'd love to
Perfect.
go. Honestly, no clue
You know
about
what I'm
that
saying?
place.
Yeah,
I stay in my little Johnson County.
it is something else. All right, guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Go eat dinner. And
Her stomach was growling all ago.
go eat dinner. And hey, and Mary, make sure you get that info for me.
I will.
Yes,
I'll sure do it.
Kat, make sure that you contact me so we can have that sit down
Yes, sir.
on
I
another
appreciate
podcast.
you. And
But
Russ
Nick,
too. He's
Yeah,
our,
be sure to
our
include Russ.
favorite warlock.
yeah, I heard that's a bad word. You're not even supposed to use that no more.
Well, that's PC crap. Can just go where the sun don't shine.
Yeah, I used that word warlock once, and the guy that I was talking to is like, man, they don't even use that word. That is totally offensive now. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't know that.
And the word fart is offensive now. Okay, so
Yeah.
I think we took the brunt of it. We're the old. We can be boomers. I don't care. We took the brunt of it. Just so these other, just like every generation, the generation before it takes the ass whooping for it, so the next generation can have it a little bit easier. Let us show our scars, man.
There's no, I don't know about this generation today, dude. Oh man, these kids today are something else.
Well, except our kids.
I don't know what to do with them, man. They have no home training.
They need a whooping.
They need a whipping. They need an ass whipping.
You ain't lying.
Because these today, man, the minute they mention CPS, the parents will go run in the closet.
Right.
Yeah. And these damn like, I don't mean to get on a pedestal, but I'm a domestic violence survivor. I'm a rape survivor. So I grew up on a farm. I've been shooting firearms since I was 8 years old. Like I said, my pops is a Marine, right? So I got my instruction license for my instructional firearms instruction license. I can't talk, sorry. So now I took that, and I take women for no charge, and I give them back before Texas became constitutional carry. And I would take women who were as far left. No, but they're not that far left because they're at the gun range with me, right? And I start them off with my little 22, so they get used to that trigger. Boy, it wouldn't be 45 minutes later. They're like, Kat, can I shoot your AR? I'm like, you want to shoot you? Who was scared of a little trigger pull on a 22? Go, all right, step up. Let me show you how to do it. So hopefully there's hope out there,
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, guys. Hey, guys, you guys enjoy the rest of your night now.
You too.
Right.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye,
Kat.
Love you.
Love you.
Wait, she left in a hurry. She's like,
I'm done. I'm out of here.
No, that was me.
Well, you wouldn't like that way we see you.
Bye.
You guys have a good one now.
You too.
All right, guys. That was Paranormal Alliance, a great bunch of paranormal groups out of Central Texas, up in the Waco area. Now we were dealing with 3 different paranormal groups: Bark at the Night, Blue Bonnet, and Light. The first of its kind. I've never encountered an alliance like that where you got a bunch of paranormal investigators form an alliance. And they got that Looney Tune medium over there, Kat. She's pretty cool. She tells it how it is. If you don't like it, she told you what you can do with it. But anyway, guys, I'm about to get out of here so I can get me something to eat and go and enjoy the rest of your night. So in the meantime, are you guys still hanging around? So go enjoy the rest of your night, guys, and I will talk to you in a week or so. Hey, mind you, next Friday, I got that big reveal for you guys. I told some of the paranormal investigators that I am going to have some equipment I think might change the way people investigate. So I'm hoping that it will actually take off the way that I want it, but it's only time will tell. But in the meantime, NSPS TV signing off. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Bye.